Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. Firstly, I just wanted to apologise for my unintentional break from YouTube and just kind of disappearing. Like I say, it was completely unintentional. It wasn't planned, and it wasn't kind of like actively staying away from YouTube. It was just that I ran out of pre-recorded videos and then didn't have the opportunity to sit down and record. And then when I did, and I recorded 3 or 4 videos, the audio was all messed up on them. I don't know why. So I had to kind of just delete them all and forget about them, and kind of then that was all my time I had. So it's been really, really frustrating, as I'm sure you can understand. And I firstly just want to say, I know this lighting is a little bit weird, but I've actually had to draw my curtains. They're pink. So I've got a kind of a pink hue to my face. So apologies for that. But the sun rises in this side of my house and it is so bright I cannot sit here with the windows open. I would literally be like this with the curtains open. I would literally just be squinting and I'd look awful. So and I'd be so washed out. So apologies that this isn't probably the best well lit video ever. You're just gonna have to kind of like roll with it. I'm having a sort of like lazy sort of like chilled day today, so that's going to be the vibe from the videos that I'm recording today. And as I've got the opportunity to, I am going to be bulk filming, so you're going to see several like this. So apologies, but a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. I'm having a chill day. I'm going to film some chilled videos and they're going to be what you're going to see for a little while. So as it's been a little while, I thought I'd just come back on with a little bit of an update initially and kind of tie that in with a last read, currently reading and next read as well, just to kind of feed it back into the sort of bookish content. So like I say, my break was completely unintentional. I ran out of pre-recorded videos, and then one weekend I was looking after a niece and nephews. The next week I just feel like I haven't stopped, and then the time that I have had to myself, I have just wanted to sit down and read or watch TV or catch up on YouTube. I haven't had the brain capacity to actually actively film. So apologies, but I've got some time today. I'm feeling much more zen and feel like I've got the opportunity and the time today to be able to read. Last weekend would have been Last weekend would have been a good opportunity, but we actually held a challenge over on the Daisy and Me book club, which is a book club I run with my best friend Daisy on Facebook. Search the Daisy and Bee Book Club and you'll find it. And we did a 5,000 page Easter challenge. So over the Easter weekend, from Good Friday through to Easter Monday, we challenged collectively as a group our members to read 5,000 pages. And we absolutely smashed it. We ended on over 8,000 pages being read across the 4 days. So we're thinking we might do something again similar, but might do it around the Jubilee weekend, because we get an extra bank holiday and we get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we get a 4-day weekend again, and we thought it might be quite nice to do something similar and maybe push the boat out and challenge our group to read 10,000 pages, because it was what we said initially, but then we kind of started doing the maths and we're like, oh, are we going to get 10,000? So we halved it and said, let's try 5, but we absolutely smashed 5. So I'm hoping that we can do that again. So that would have been the prime opportunity, 4-day weekends, bank holiday weekends, to do some filming. But I was so focused on trying to get some pages read, and we also had family stuff going on. It was Easter, so again wasn't the right time, but I've got a day today, so we're rolling with it. And the supermarket hasn't opened yet. I need to go to a food shop today, and that's pretty much it. Do a little bit of washing up, sort a little bit of laundry. It's literally a really chilled day for me, but I was kind of like saying to myself when my other half left for work, hang on a minute, it's not even 10 o'clock yet. I can't even go to the supermarket yet. So let's do some filming before I can go to the supermarket. Also, I'm still engaged, but I'm having such a lazy day that I haven't even put my engagement ring on yet. This ring I keep on all the time, apart from when I shower. And these, I slept in them last night. So I am still engaged. But I just haven't put my ring on yet because I'm having a chill day. I'm going to probably be doing, like I said, washing up and stuff like that. So it goes on when I know that I'm going out or not doing anything that I need to take it off for, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I'm rambling. Um, so there's been a few things going on recently, which has probably been taking my brain capacity away from sort of thinking about sitting down and filming. I've got an ongoing issue with my electricity supplier, and that has finally peaked and gone to the energy ombudsman. I never know how to say it. So I've spent so much time compiling information for the claim and the complaint and everything. So that's an ongoing issue that's been taking up a lot of my time. And also, unfortunately, myself and Daisy May have made the decision to stop doing our monthly newsletter. We've decided to stop doing it for now. We're not saying it will never be back, but it was taking up a lot of our time. It was also costing us quite a bit of money to do, because we were also offering it out to people via post, because we really enjoy receiving things like that in the mail. So we were also sending it out via post, but the ink, the paper, the envelopes, the stamps, you name it, was costing us quite a bit of money. And it was taking up so much time that we found that we weren't actually doing much reading because we were spending all the time doing the newsletter. So then we didn't really have much bookish content about what we've read for the newsletter because we haven't got much reading in. So we did 12 issues. So we did it for 12 months, and we're glad that we did it. And I'm really glad that we did it. And like I say never, but it was a very difficult decision to make, and we kind of made it quite reluctantly, but it kind of was a decision that we felt we had to make, to stop doing it for the time being. And like I say never, might come back in the future, might come back in a slightly different way. We don't know, but at the moment we're just kind of relishing in the fact that we haven't got the time restraints of it. And I found that I have read so much more in this month than I have read in the last few months, because I haven't had the time restraint of having to sit down and do it of an evening or on a lunchtime or anything like that. So that's been a difficult decision. You know, we've made the decision with heavy hearts, but albeit I think quite a positive decision for us, because it means that we can focus back in on other things, and focus in on reading as well. So nice segue in to my reading, what I've been reading recently. The last book that I read, that I finished within the last couple of days, was Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. If you don't know, I did do a video about it. We're doing a series read along through the Daisy and Bee book club. We're reading Throne of Glass, which has its discussions on the 1st of every month, and I'm hosting the Throne of Glass ones. And then my best friend and co-host, Daisy May, she is doing the Red Queen series, and those conversations and discussions are on the 15th of every month. So it splits the month up nicely, and it means that we can both join in with each series. I recently finished Crown of Midnight. I just wanted to get this in. I think I had it on Audible. I think I got it on Audible so that I could listen to it as well. And I don't feel like I actually sat down and physically read it much at all. It was mostly Audible when I was washing up, when I was driving, when I was, you know, you name it, anything else other than actually sitting down and physically reading. And it was nice to have this on the go last weekend, when we were doing the page challenge, because it meant that I could still make progress with my pages read whilst I was doing other things that meant I couldn't sit down and physically read. So I made some progress through my pages whilst doing the shopping, whilst doing the washing, whilst doing the laundry, you name it. I was still making progress. I don't want to talk too much about my thoughts in this video, just because obviously we're going to be doing the discussion for this on the 1st of May. But I do feel like this was a little bit slower paced, than the first one. And I do feel, maybe because I didn't sit down and physically read it, but I do feel like there was something missing from it. But overall, I enjoyed it, and I kind of feel like it was a bridge book. It was bridging the first book through to the third book, and I definitely felt like that from reading it. But looking forward to discussing it with everybody else in the series read along. My current read that I am over halfway through now, I'm on page 258, is All My Mothers by Joanna Glenn. I have been tabbing this because this is a book that I'm reading for an in-person book club, and I like to tab them because it means that when I'm discussing it in the group, I can go back to certain quotes and certain points, and I've got them tabbed. Like, there's certain things that I know I want to talk about this book, and I know that they're in the tabs. I am using a second bookmark to try and pace out my reading so that I know that that is where I should have got to at the end of the day yesterday, but I didn't. If I was on track to read half of what was left yesterday and half of what was left today. I'm really enjoying this. It isn't quite what I expected. From the synopsis, I don't know quite what I expected, but it wasn't this. But that doesn't mean I'm not enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it. I think it's really, really interesting. Interesting ideas of identity and relationships and love, and the idea of what makes a mother. It's really, really, really interesting. And it's interesting because it's slightly historic. It starts, I think, in sort of like the 80s, I think. Time is a little bit like not really discussed. It's not like it's obvious and actually said this is the time period that it's in, but you kind of can get the gist. And I think we're into like the 90s now with the character, but it seems to be spanning quite a large period of time for the main character, and I don't feel like anything's been missed, and I don't feel like it's too short. Sometimes when books cover a really, really large period of time or span like a character's lifetime, it can kind of feel like, oh, I feel like this bit's missing, but this one hasn't felt like it so far. I'm really, really enjoying it. And this author also wrote the other half of Augusta Hope, which was Costa Award shortlisted. So when I finish this, I might have a look at that one, see if it's available at the library or something. I might pick that up and give that a go because I've really, really enjoyed this, and it's really short chapters as well, so I feel like I'm making really good quick progress through it. So that's my current read, and I am hoping, if I can, finishing it today. If not, finishing it in the early part of next week. It's Sunday today, by the way, so I'm hoping that I can finish it. And then the book that I plan to read next is My Name is Lucy Barton by Elizabeth Strout. This is another physical book club read. I think I've mentioned I managed to get myself involved in 2 different book clubs because I can't just do one, but somehow managed to get myself involved in 2. And this is the pick for this month for the other book club. It's really short, and I kind of feel like it would be really good to get it read and get it read as soon as possible, as it is as short as it is. And I am trying to get 10 books read this month, and this would be my 8th. No, this would be my 9th, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so this would be my 9th, and this would be my 10th. So I feel like that would be quite achievable to get in the month, and without having to pick up like a manga or a children's book or something like that. So that's what why I'm looking at reading this next, but also to get it done. I'm probably not going to be able to make the meeting because the 2 dates that have been given, I can't make one of the dates, and I think that's going to be the date that ends up getting picked. So hey ho. But this is about a character called Lucy. She's recovering from an operation in a New York hospital when she wakes to find her estranged mother sitting by her bed. They have not seen each other in years. As they talk, Lucy finds herself recalling her troubled rural childhood and how it was she eventually ended up in the big city, got married and had children. But this unexpected visit leaves her doubting the life she's made, wondering what is lost and what has yet to be found. I feel like this is quite a similar sort of concept in some ways to this book. So I feel like it'd be quite interesting to read them back to back and kind of compare and contrast. But this again looks like it's got quite short chapters, and quite a lot of the pages have not a lot of writing on them. So I feel like this will be quite a quick read, and it is only quick but impactful. It is 191 pages long. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this next and seeing what I think of this, and then being able to discuss both of these with my book clubs. I'm looking forward to it. I've really been enjoying book clubs so far. I've done 1 session at each book club, so I've done 2 book club sessions now, and I am really enjoying them. So looking forward to the next meetings and discussing 2 hopefully great books. I'm really enjoying this one, so I'm hoping I enjoy this one just as much. But yeah, so that was like a little update for you. Sorry it was a bit rambly, sorry it was a bit all over the place, but that was what I've been currently reading. what I plan to read next, and a little bit about where I've been and kind of what's been going on. And it's, like I say, it's just been a bit of a whirlwind. Time is going so quickly, and I don't know whether I'm coming or going half the time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to hear about what you're currently reading down below in the comments, or what you've just finished, or what you're about to pick up next. And have you had lots of stuff going on recently as well? I'd love to hear about what you've been up to. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.